Views and opinions expressed in this program are strictly those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of associated brands or figures. Poof.
Ahoy. It's your captain speaking. How's it going, folks? And welcome back to another fantastic, but not so plastic episode of Marooned. Today we're focusing on the thing that I know you all care about the most. Not so much a thing, but dare I say, a force, an inevitability, a magical spark that is oh so necessary for the crew to thrive and survive. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Huh? Chi's here, and I hope Chi's ready to tell you guys shit you'll never forget-y.
Yeah. This episode will be quite the achievement.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna be chi-opping it up.
Oh, really? Fucking A, man.
That was totally a vowel bend.
Well, you know I am 30% rubber.
There you go. Not too much of a stretch.
That's enough of that out of both of you.
All right, so it's Chi interview day.
That's right, folks. Chi Day. We may lose a lot of troops, but we will get the answers that you all crave to know.
So I can almost feel this stuff as it's coming. It's like, see, and if you listen to the show long enough, you'll start getting there too. You'll feel it. It's like this pocket of energy that happens like right before the pun, and there's only one direction it can go. It's marvelous, absolutely marvelous.
Oh.
Well, they would help you, I'm sure, if they could. After all, they're plotting.
Like if you want to help me.
Subscribe if you want to help her. I mean, the sooner we can get things actually, sailing and monetized properly, the sooner I don't have to focus on Chi and making puns that make Chi upset. I could get my show back and my ship. It would be fantastic. So, in that case, like, subscribe. We're giving you what you want. You're finally getting more Chi. Please stop plotting the mutiny. I just got my ship back.
All right. So how are you today, Chi?
Smoked.
Yeah, that means so many positive things for her.
Indeed, although it could also mean some negatives too. Smoked is a very versatile state of being.
Yeah.
So, on a scale of honey baked to glazed.
Cured.
Damn, cured. That's what's up. Because you were looking a bit raw before you left before, so I'm glad that you got the proper seasoning you needed. It's good to see you chopped up and ready for a whole new episode.
Are we doing this all day? Really?
Maybe.
Come on now.
Probably.
¿Por qué?
Because, mi amiga, I have fun when I get to talk to you and when I get to talk to the crew. Speaking of talking about you, dude, how the fuck you been? Like, what's going on with you? How's life?
It was very dry before, the lack of outside and whatnot. But at least the sun is coming back.
And the sundresses.
Yes.
Bring forth sundress season.
For the love of cake. Yes.
That's not for y'all. That's for us.
You can have it. We're enjoying it too.
The round of applause of many a well-covered cake. I think we can all simply appreciate it. We know it's for you, but we're appreciative of all of you.
Yeah, like Women's History
absolutely.
Month?
Hell yeah. Happy Women's History Month, Chi.
Ooh, do you have like a women's history fact that you want to hit us with?
Bro, Chi is women's history.
Oh, you ready? Oh, shit.
I do, actually. On January 5th in 1925, Nellie Ross is the first woman to serve as a governor of state in Wyoming. In May of 1933, she also became the first woman to serve as director of the U.S. Mint.
Making money, literally.
Indeed. Quite literally making money.
Hot damn.
Now, that's a lady with a good head on her shoulders. Congrats to her for being a pioneer.
Salute.
And dude, speaking of pioneers, speaking of ladies that step out above the rest, wranglers of cats. She who lassos all the art hoes.
What you want to know about these people? What?
How do you do it? How have you gone from no knowledge of how to do this shit to like doing it and backup planning to the point where you forget to even ask your CEO for any assistance?
You know that phrase, one monkey don't stop the show?
Can't let one monkey ookie in the duker.
Unfortunately, I let that trope of the strong black woman, TM, get the better of me. That shit is toxic. Let that shit go.
Speaking on that shit, like how is that kind of backfiring? Because like I feel like it was intended initially for
as a positive.
Yeah, as a positive, but then
like
as
an
usual,
add-on to we can
let
do
the
it.
Twitter get a hold of it and the others. Like what happened?
It got cemented in grind culture. First of all, that eat, slave, repeat. No rest, no realign, just work. Rihanna.
And it make you feel bad for not resting.
Just
Shaming people for taking some time off to rest, bro.
You gotta recover.
Crewman, we don't just tell you to take your meds and drink water for our health.
That's right.
Speaking of that in particular, when I say meds, I don't just mean prescriptions. I mean all of your medicines. Be that remembering to take vitamins, remembering to stretch your mind and your body. Call that friend that gives you that boost that gets you through the rest of the week when it's been a long one.
That's some medicine right there.
Get that pep talk, dude. And if you're the person that can give the pep talk, reach out and give one.
Reach out and pep somebody.
Yo, Chi. I love you, dude.
Thanks, man. I love y'all too.
Yeah, I love you so much. Known you for so long at this point that you're practically an appendage. I would feel ghost limb syndrome if you weren't here.
I do whenever she runs off and ventures off deck.
I have my own ship for a reason.
It's like I end up feeling like I got a hook hand when she's gone, man. It's all thumbs.
All right, don't have everybody thinking I'm the limb that keeps everything going.
Nah, man.
I don't know. You might.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. You know what I would say, though? You are definitely the oar that keeps me from going in a circle, though, bro.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you put in your fucking work, and you know what? Every now and then, one of us swaps off that oar and keeps pace for the other two, bro, you know? The triangle's the strongest force in nature. We say it all the time, and you are important, bro, but never feel like you always got to be on top of the triangle. Never feel like you always got to be supporting the motherfucker either.
You like the icing on cake? Like, could you eat a cake without icing? Of course you could. But why the fuck would you? Yeah. I mean,
All great things in moderation, but some things can't be done properly without.
Yeah. I mean, you could, but why?
Yeah, that's another thing people miss. Just because you can doesn't mean you ought.
Yeah.
The American way.
Just because we American don't mean we America should.
I only believe in American. That's right.
American or American.
There ain't no such thing as an American. We saved that for the Mexicans. It's all American, baby.
American a beer.
American a beer. American do.
Y'all having fun over there?
Yeah, most days.
America's fun.
You see what she does?
Fuck yeah.
Look at her. You see what she does? She keeps us on track.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't know how the navigation systems work anymore at this point.
Yeah.
And swerve.
You lost me a few updates ago.
But how, dude? Like, how have you gone from knowing nothing to... Like, I can't even fathom it. Because it's such like a huge leap. And you've blossomed into it very well, despite the stress.
What's another thing I keep telling y'all? I guess I gotta explain it today. Introspection is key.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As I realize, like the Solange song, Cranes in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you don't know, that song is about her depression. So she tried to dance it away. She tried to change it with her. Yeah, you tried to work it away. Like, oh, nope. I can't be stressed out. I'm too busy. Stop it. Just stop that right now. I realized in not taking time for myself, I didn't have time to figure out what was going on. That's why I couldn't tell anybody what was going on. For those of you starting your yoga journey and aren't sure how to meditate, ask you a question. How am I today? How do I feel right now? Because speaking of shame, we get shamed out of doing something as simple as making sure we're okay. Because you're told I is selfish, like selfish is a bad thing. Sometimes you need to be selfish with you.
It's like a tree. Like, I guarantee you, a tree is not worried about you at all, but it does what it needs to produce fruit, and then you can eat from said fruit because it took care of itself.
Yep.
Full circle, because I said she's blossoming. Look at this.
See,
Y'all can't.
Damn it.
We don't
You
try
can't
this.
write
Yeah.
this shit
You can't write
down. You can't, Rick. I hope you're listening, Heisenberg.
You can't write this shit.
Can't write it. Julia, Corn, you can't write it. You can't write it down, Corn.
Yeah, you hitting them with the jewels early in this one. See, you strike me. You've always struck me as an observer. Like it's like you kind of absorb what's going on around you, and then you piece it together, and then when you get ready to talk or express yourself, like it's boom, like it's like laser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I share that quality of our Capricorn cusp.
Yes, but my computer is old, so it takes me a while.
It takes a second to load.
It got to process. Anybody remember that sound?
DOS.
Yeah, everything was like if you wonder why, like so the whole 80s thing we were talking about the other day, like it's literally the result of the noises and very stimuli you had to be exposed to when you were that age. Like it was like that. Like go back and watch 80s movies. That's how the real world was for the most part. You had to wait for stuff to load.
You had to wait for everything. There was no such thing as instant.
Everything was green and
Where?
black.
Bitch, not even ramen was
Nope.
instant at that point.
Oh,
Yep. You knew the difference between fantasy and reality because I mean the graphics were limited. Like it was only so realistic, but you knew, you had a chance to suspend your disbelief a little bit. Like nowadays, you can't even tell. You can slap somebody else's face on somebody else in a movie, and you can. It's madness right now.
yeah, and that creeps me out. That always gives me uncanny valley because that's a real person, but that's not their face. Like, does anybody else get weirded out by that?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right,
Because
cool.
My thing is, and you know me, I will recognize somebody's face before I recognize or remember their name. So when I see somebody else's face imposed on shit, like via these apps and everything, it throws me off so fucking much. It's like, whoa,
Bruh. This is where we are.
like it. But the thing is, I know that's not them, but so many people are bought in so easily these days.
Where do we have to talk about that?
No, I'm just saying.
Thank you very much. No, go ahead. Yeah.
You go. That reminds me. All right. So there's
Keep going.
there was these two AI softwares. Like it's one that's like to be able to identify which picture in a group of pictures is the fake one, and then the other one I think it was either like an art program. I forget whatever it was, but basically, what ends up happening, like they were basically made to work in conjunction with each other. But then the side effect that wasn't expected was that
What's the second one do?
It's something like an art program, so I can't remember exactly how it worked. But ultimately, the result of the two was that they ended up being able to create a portrait, like a photo of a person, like based on facial recognition software. They could create a unique photo of that person that looked like somebody just took that picture or whatever. And it's like there wasn't the intention behind making them, but it was just a side effect that happened of those two programs working together. And I was like, holy shit, dude, they could
be conjuring up fake missing people.
and then you wouldn't be able to deny it. It's like, well, this is clearly you in the picture, Mr. Wynn. I don't know how.
Mr. Wynn, come with us.
Oh, shit.
So we noticed that he wrote some terrorist paraphernalia back in the day. The Book of Wind. I say, book him.
This ain't the book I wrote. How does it?
He's a goddamn clan
How the
leader.
hell?
Book him.
No.
How the hell? I've never met Saddam Hussein. Where did you get this picture?
Clearly, these Polaroids from the early 90s suggest otherwise, Mr. Wind.
Choo choo.
Come with us.
I didn't own Jordans in the 90s. I was anti-Jordan. No.
Jordans in the 90s.
I've been friends.
Dude, what are some tropes you wish carried over from that time period, Chi?
Oh no. Fuck tropes.
No. I mean, like, in general. Like, what are some things from the 90s that you think would have been beneficial if they didn't progress so far as they have in modern day? Like maybe the internet, phones.
Being separate? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because, like, I wish phones were as useless as people made them seem if they don't also have the internet. We're a little more plugged into things than we should be. And this isn't to be like anti-internet and or anti-scrolling, but like when you look at what you don't prioritize your time for, and count that against hours of screen time that you have, especially in the state of the world it is, you're not likely consuming media that's good for you. And that's how those people I don't want to talk about today get the way that they are. That's kind of the double-edged sword of being able to say anything on the internet. You can literally say anything on the internet.
Like, I'm cool with a GPS to help you know where you're going on the phone, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. But do you really need to get on your Facebook and shit?
Not while you're driving.
Like, honest, I really feel like they should kind of make it to where your internet does not work. Like, you cannot scroll and shit. It doesn't load. Maybe make it to where it won't load, like, videos and shit when the phone's moving faster than 10 miles an hour.
Pokemon Go rules. Hell yeah.
Something like that.
See, they have apps you can download for it, but then the problem is you got to convince that person that's already doing it to download an app that keeps them from doing that. So it's oxymoronic.
But my freedom.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your freedom and People don't understand where quote my freedoms really works. Yours stop where mine start. Like right at my personal bubble.
Yeah, if your freedoms encroach on somebody else's, then you gotta cool that out. That ain't free at all. Freedom don't belong to you. It's something that you all get to tap into.
You're free to feel however you want about me over there.
All I want to do at the end of the day is be able to sit on my own front porch, smoke my herb, and clean my fucking gun with my adult partner of choice in peace, unbothered. And I don't give a fuck what the other person next door to me is doing, as long as they're not doing anything creepy or weird with somebody who is not another adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds hella fair.
Like, that's all. It's like, hey man, just mind your business and don't fuck kids. I think
I think that's
I
literally
don't
what
see
the
where
Constitution
that's hard
should
to
say.
follow, like at all.
is that that's not weird, right?
That's
Just
It would be a one-page Constitution. Just
like, hey,
don't do weird stuff with
constitutional amendment. We'll call it the Chi Amendment.
Stop it.
You know, drink your water, take your meds, mind your own fucking business, and
Don't fuck
kids.
You heard it here first.
It sounds like a
I'm
global,
sorry you had
like,
to hear it
like
first.
this should be adopted globally. Like it's so simple.
Right. Like, you know, hey guys, be a advocate. Mind your own business and don't fuck kids.
How hard is that? Like
And we mean in multiple ways. We mean
if
don't
figuratively and
do
literally,
not fuck them over and don't fuck them.
directly or indirectly, because a lot of times you have people who do things without even considering the effect that it could end up having on their kids or anybody else's kids. So whether you intended it or not, you still had the power to say, will this fuck kids over? Will this get kids fucked in any shape or form or fashion? You know? Can't turn a blind eye to that.
What did I just say? It's super fucking simple.
What are some ways, Chi, like, speaking of which, what are some ways that you feel that you were fucked over socially?
The year I was born were the year, excuse me. I was born the year, what the fuck is it?
Groove is in the Heart came out?
No, not that one. That credit score. So while also the year I was born, Groove is in the Heart was created, it was also the year they made up credit scores, and those are bullshit.
Those are literally the polar opposite of the spectrum.
Fitting, the year of the snake was when credit. You were 89, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the year of the snake.
God damn.
Credit scores.
Fucking bullshit.
Slithering scores. Credit scores. Yes. Slide on down so that all you can do is buy here, pay here. Hate 'em.
Yeah.
It's the lamest shit ever. That, you know, hey, great. You're learning so many things on Marooned today. I just learned this. I was today years old when I learned this.
Yeah. We got newborns in this.
You could be 332 and learn something every goddamn day.
I mean, if you're not learning, you must be dead. Student of life. Student forever.
A true master is an eternal student.
Gong noise.
Yo!
Is that appropriate?
Gong gong.
Sound effects are always appropriate. Until they're not.
Well, cancel me. What's got you moaning, my friend?
That, like, what the hell is cancel? That
shit.
One more lesson for you today, kids. Canceling was brought to you by Joanne the Scammer.
Who is Joanne the scammer, Chi?
Literally an internet personality. That doesn't mean anything.
What?
Canceling something doesn't mean anything. I'm not telling you that for a fact. He already gave the disclaimer. That is just how I feel. Double layer. I said what I said.
It's pretty much the modern version of, oh, she's a witch. Oh, he's a communist. Oh, this is just the next. Yeah, the next steak burning.
That's literally it. Yeah.
Just anytime before you use a new word from the internet, just look it up. Look into it. If you've never heard that word said out loud before, maybe don't claim it's your culture. If you don't know how it's pronounced colloquially, just saying.
It's probably a safe bet now.
You just dropping knowledge left and right.
I believe in sharing the wealth. So yeah, don't let the dragons hoard the wealth either. Fuck capitalism. I'm just gonna keep saying things until y'all ask me another question, I guess, since I gotta talk. This is my episode.
Yes, Chi. Oh, Chi, please. Please, Chi, talk more.
I talk when I feel like
Chi.
it. I keep telling y'all that.
But
I talk
Chi-
when I fucking feel like it.
But Chi,
What?
you are the strong and independent one.
That shit is toxic.
What?
You mean Webby was enabling?
And what I mean by toxic, since y'all like to throw that word around, in my little ecosystem, that is poisonous. Because it's the idea, looping back around one time for you, that you can do it all by yourself. You don't have to. You don't have to. And that's often why I don't give advice. It's shit you hear all the time. And that's why you hear it all the time. It's the thing that works. I'm sorry, it's too simple, and it doesn't seem like it'll work because it's that simple, but I'm sorry, it's that simple.
If it's simple and you keep hearing it, just do that, because at least, if it's not the thing you want to do, you'll know. But you can't know until you try it.
If it sounds like a good idea and everybody's told you to do that thing, maybe. Unless you're like morally or emotionally opposed to some of these solutions, like settle down and get married. I don't mean that one.
Well, you know, some people are just contrarians.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
and
that
they're
too.
just gonna not do it because fuck you. How dare you give me good advice?
You asked me though.
Yeah, but fuck you.
Okay, I don't know. That's your life. You gotta live it your way.
If a person is consistently contrary, that actually makes them the easiest to be controlled, because then you know, oh, all I got to
Because
do
you're
is
gonna
tell
do
them
the opposite.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the opposite whatever I tell you. It don't matter. Now I could be lying at any given time. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, they're already paranoid by default, so send them running, right?
Yeah, from a ninja standpoint, those are also the easiest to deal with, because all right, so, and this has actually happened. Right? Real true story. All right. So one day I decide to tell somebody I'm a ninja. I do absolutely nothing that day that has anything to do with being a ninja. However, in their head, every single thing that I did or said was me potentially doing something ninja. Like, are you like you trying to like trick me with this, that, or the other? I said, I don't know. Am I? You know, and it's so much less work. They do all the work for you. You can get a lot of stuff done, and you got to be a ninja that whole day without doing a single flip.
Yeah.
I mean, why shadow step if you don't have to, right?
I'm telling you, don't waste your mana. You might need them magic points later. Save them up. Don't use them if you don't have to.
Hello.
Whoop, whoop.
It's a message and a half, folks. We swear, we don't put them in bottles and leave them adrift for you. We throw them right at your fucking forehead. Only here on Marooned. You're welcome.
Because we enjoy the clink noise it makes.
And the expressions on your faces.
Ow, that didn't break. Message. I see you got them veggies over there.
Yes. What did we just say about minding your business?
Well, I mean, being that they're the fuel for so much of your,
Ain't nothing wrong with saying, howdy, neighbor.
you know what I'm saying? You holding out on the secret stuff, like on the bottle of water. What is, this is Mike's secret stuff.
Hey, come on, pass over the stuff.
Man, and if you knew how often that was actually used in real life products or whatever, like
Yeah,
they
like Gatorade.
Yeah, like all you got to do is depict the stuff as the stuff. Like the vast majority of stuff you people buy.
It's the shoes.
Oh, so I happen to blow a certain somebody's mind with this every time. Head On is just wax. That's why it's been discontinued.
Got your
If
money.
anybody else was today years old when they found that out, you're welcome. Head On, apply directly to the forehead. That is just wax. There's nothing, no type of aspirin that's like seeping through your pores to get directly to the headache. It is just wax. It's a placebo.
Plain ass wax. Well, I bet you that overhead looked delicious. They didn't have to add shit. They just had to rob a Crayola factory or a candle factory and go through their dumpsters. And
Unlike many other products, I find that absolutely genius just because who got hurt in that?
Really, nobody. But
Exactly.
but it hits me with such levels of how dare you?
Yeah, I get that you feel stupid, but
Like, was it even like mentholated wax?
no, it was regular paraffin
regular ass
wax.
wax. No additives or preservatives. just
Skin
regular ass
safe
wax.
glue stick for your forehead, and dumb fucks thought this would work?
They didn't know it was just that. They thought something was in it. There was not.
What was on the side of the bottle?
Made up shit.
Damn.
And that's why they got discontinued.
I was gonna
'cause you
say
lied.
if it was truthful and it was just wax on the side,
Yeah, it just said wax. This is wax.
people would have still used it. Did you know wax cures headaches?
The coloring all on your forehead. Just
Yeah, and My Pillow helps with sleep disorders.
That man does crack.
I'm so embarrassed that I
Excuse
own a My
me.
Pillow.
For legal reasons, that man actively did, past tense, do crack.
Nah, fuck that. Hello, Captain Flint here. I believe that Mr. Liddell still does crack, okay? Some of the decisions he's made and the fact that he has openly stated that Donald J. Trump is God sent, chosen by God. No, fuck that. He still does crack. My personal opinion. Come after me. Come and get your love. Your pillow.
yep.
Y'all love that musicality that happens every time, don't
Speaking
you?
of being human jukeboxes,
She really is, though.
Box hero got started. Sorry.
How
My
did you
bad.
know, dude? That one's literally on the Wandering Music of My Life playlist.
Because it's a good song.
I love Jukebox Hero.
It's a good song.
It is a fantastic song.
class.
But music. What music been making you lose control? What music got you feeling your flow? What does the Chi vibe with?
Oh, so like a really fun part of taking a break and then getting back into some of your better habits, when that favorite playlist hits the way it used to, like it gets all the serotonin out of the machine, like just best dopamine, best dopamine, best dopamine. So finally my favorite songs that I was trying to squeeze just a drop out of it got the whole bit again, ate the whole plate. But
Fantabulous, dude.
But I'm a genre rotator. It bounces around. So it'll be some what do they call it? Acid folk music for about 10 minutes, and then it's over to snails, and then it's back at old ratchet shit.
I saw you that time.
I know you were looking for it.
I just sensed it.
I know you were looking for it.
So I sense movement. If
Oh,
I stop
yeah.
looking for the shades and just sense movement, there's no way I could lose. But it's still as appreciated as ever.
Now you gotta see when I take them back off.
Aha. You don't watch a magical pirate transform. Rude.
I'm out. My senses are they out there right now. I'm feeling it.
That full moon jutsu.
I don't believe it.
All right, you weirdos.
You didn't see
I saw
me
your
take
hand.
them off. No, you didn't.
I
I saw it
did.
right after.
Yeah, you saw
it was
me
right
after, which means
All
you
right,
didn't see.
all right,
I
all
saw your
right.
hands come from, but I didn't see them come off.
Which means you didn't see me take them off.
Dorks.
I just saw it right after.
I hear dorks, but I don't see any dorks.
Being dorks.
Give me a juice box. So one thing a lot of folks don't know about you is so you are like the music library for the city. Like you literally have CDs of even like some of my shit that I don't even have anymore.
Yep.
Like what was that a conscious choice? Did you know how important and impactful that could possibly be in the future, or was it just being a hoarder or something? Like what's good with that?
Column A, column B.
A little bit of both. Just kind of stumbled up on being legendary.
It's like, ooh, these people, they going somewhere. Either way, I'm gonna take this because I fucks with it.
All right.
It's like, what you mean I don't know this nigga? You see this shit? I was riding around back when he wasn't doing shit but house parties. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the goddamn first floor of this motherfucking revolution.
Shit, I got in my dad's attic, I had a meathead flyer. I can't remember if I had the CD too or whatever, but I remember I had this big ass flyer of Meathead. If you don't know who Meathead is, he went on to become your beloved Future. Because I heard somebody from Dungeon Family call him Meathead one time, and then it hit me, and I looked. I said, you know, now that you mention it, he does kind of remind me of, and then I had to go to my dad's house, go up in the attic, look at this thing. Oh my God, that is that nigga. What? What? Y'all know this nigga was Meathead once upon a time? I had like an old Wiz Khalifa CD up there, like when he like an old like burned the disc on the computer, wrote the manager's phone number on the front of it and stuff. Running in him, so you gotta hold on to them relics. You never know who's gonna be that next big bang bone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just like being nice to everybody when you're in high school. You know how they say, like, you know, you never know who's gonna turn around and just be that hot chick or hot dude, and you know, in college or whatever else. Like I just used to hug everybody. It wasn't because, you know, intentionally because of that, but I just like people. And then it just so happened that one of those girls in high school, she literally grew up to be the hot chick. I mean, it was still the same kind of relationship as it was back then. It was just like, hey, you, and going about my business. Nothing changed about that. But case in point or whatever, don't be one of them motherfuckers that's back there just being mean and rude to people because they're either different or whatever else, and then expect them to have a different attitude towards you, you know, later on in life or whatever. Just stay consistent. You know, just love folk. You know, so I've seen you go through some transformation. Not that you went from something bad to good or something like this, but I have seen the many faces and hair and
So
stages
many
of Chi.
hairs. So many different hairs. It's glorious. Do you know she can do it instantly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just happens. Like I blink sometimes and then it's like, whoa.
It's like the equivalent of Cap's glasses. Like you turn, you're like, all right, yeah, I'm about to grab this. Wait a minute. When did you do that?
It's more like a when didn't she do it? Yeah, like Magical Girl Space Time, yo. Groovy shit.
Explain that shit, because we got into that a little bit about like what's happening when Sailor Moon changes uniform.
Okay.
That space
so
right there.
To simplify that for everybody, the villains aren't just standing around waiting for them to transform. We're seeing it happen in not real time. She is in a different plane of existence. If you try to touch her, you'll be vaporized. And it's happening instantaneously.
Meaning she could, in fact, beat Goku.
I mean, as
That
long as them
includes-
motherfuckers be charging up, I don't know.
That includes an attack sequence.
So when you see the lines when they're running and stuff.
Yes.
All of her attacks are at the speed of light, meaning that she's in fact faster than Goku, than any of those characters. And how strong is the tiara revealed to be, Chi?
Oh God, I couldn't even get into the math on that. There's so many different YouTube videos and whatnot on the timeline already that are just very concise. They even talk about the splits in the manga because no, I'm not gonna get on that. I'll be here all day talking about season 4 and 5.
Shit, catch me up to speed.
Hell yeah.
Can you do it in the space time vortex? Like,
Yeah, can you
Nothing
do
else.
like a-
The only thing that happens fast like that is when I change clothes. That's it. Sorry, made it for you.
or hair. You know.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
hair, outfit. It's an accessory.
And how do you feel about that accessory? Let's get into how do you feel about your hair, dude?
It's alive. Be nice to it. Plant people, it's like your plant. Man, I don't vibe with this conditioner. Shit.
you know, that is actually
So many different things could happen to your hair based on you. People with magical hair in particular. That's great for y'all that figured it out. Whatever.
yeah, 'cause I happen to have a little datter now, and you know, she has hair, and she came out with the hair, and she will have hair, and as you know, as much as possible, we will avoid. In fact, yesterday my grandmother, I heard here tell that my grandmother told my wife she was gonna try to put a relaxer in my daughter's hair, and I emphatically told my wife that if you see my grandmother attempt to even get any of that creamy crack in my child's hair, push her down. She's had a very long and productive life, and you can let her know that I told her that, because if my daughter grows up and she decides
And
she wants to do
wants
that,
to,
that's her
sure.
choice. But we're not gonna hair rape my daughter.
No, don't put that on your children's hair. No matter how big they get, no matter how much hair it is. Like everything else, you gotta set aside time for it. You gotta set aside time for the hair on your head. It's a part of you. It's alive.
It's alive.
Mine really likes water. I don't like water in it all day.
There you go. You got
But we've reached a compromise.
That's a beautiful thing. And when you're actually friends with your Pokemon and not just throwing it into fights arbitrarily and getting it beat up.
Bob likes his oil massages. Makes him a happy Tangela.
Ooh, I'm like an autumn Bulbasaur.
Yes, an autumn Bulbasaur. Lissa, please.
Pokemon.
Lissa, peace.
Oh, great.
Peace, Lissa. Peace.
Have they done an anime where it was like
Different Bulbasaurs.
no, like hairstyle, it's like the hairstyles are like the collector thing, like, you know, everybody has their own, like Pokemon with
Perfect hair forever. Does that count?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a wacky show.
Hair now.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like people, they have like they get really elaborate with the hairstyles, and then they could like battle with them, or they could like do all kind. They got like
I'm pretty
medical
sure
hair.
there's a JoJo character. There has.
I need a collector anime. I need like hundreds of people with just so many different options and things that you can.
Would
collect
Bobobo count? Fist to the nose hair and all the different techniques.
Stop it.
He would be one, like if he showed up as a character, like something like a surprise appearance.
But
or
other
something,
people
that'd be dope.
use nose hair styles in that show, like, right? So
See,
Somebody's
I don't know
got to
what's
use
that.
their
I don't
hair.
know. Yeah. See, but it seems like just about every anime has somebody that does something hair related. So basically, if you just basically had a big battle royale thing with like all the hair characters from each
Melia
anime.
from Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Her hair is literally like a blade and shit, and she controls it with magic.
Yeah, I get that shit. Like if they just had like
Bayonetta.
yeah, Bayonetta.
Her entire
Yeah.
suit and everything is her fucking hair.
Yeah, I'd fuck with that. It's just like a hair battle royale.
Damn, yo, Chi, you should do a Black Girl Magic Umbrum Witch. Like, from Bayonetta. Like, with the gun heels and shit, dude.
I love that.
Work.
Yo, that would kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, comment below if you want Chi to cosplay Black Girl Magic Bayonetta. Come on, get some engagement.
What?
Hell yeah. Let's manifest this shit.
What they call that? That whole breaking the internet thing?
Y'all goofy.
Nobody has ever successfully broken the internet to the point it stayed broken.
I wish they would sometimes.
If it could have just stopped when y'all just agreed for no reason it was Beyonce's internet, y'all were at least nice to each other then.
You could just have the internet. Don't tell the Beehive they can't. I ain't trying to get on their bad side.
I can't wait till we get fiber in our area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they stopped it because of COVID, but oh man, come on. If there's one thing you can't stop, it's right-wing Georgians and their need for luxury. I'm sure it'll get done soon.
One way or another. That's how it tends to go. Getting them to care about it and yeah.
So, dude, how are you feeling about where you are in life, Quartermaster? Like, how do you feel in your position as my right-hand homie and where you're looking at in life, you know?
I'm the me I need to be, and that's the best version of me with, what I know now versus, if I knew then what I knew now. But I think it comes with settling into a sense of self. Like not being at that cusp of who am I? That weird, your adult brain is finally actually an adult brain. And then that hormonal chemical imbalance finally being gone. And you can look at things from an objective lens.
You see through the storm.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's what's usually nice is that moment of, well, we could do this again, or we could stop it. This feels familiar. Nope.
See, not that.
Not tricking me.
That's powerful stuff, man. No, that's good knowledge to have. It really is.
Otherwise, you're going to keep on going in the same old loop, not realizing there's other tracks you could drive around.
A nice little drop of things you hate hearing over and over, but they're actually the solution. If it sounds too good to be true, it is.
There you go.
Never feel ashamed for asking questions so that you can understand some shit.
And if somebody makes fun of you for asking a question, they didn't have the answer to begin with.
And if they hit you with do your own research, they didn't have an answer. They didn't do any of their damn selves.
And see, and there's a difference between going, well, do your own research, look it up, as opposed to saying, okay, here's where you can look to confirm what I just said. Now, see, that person's useful. The other person, not so much.
Yeah, there you go, dude. You get into combos with folks.
Also, let's apply these things to butting of heads and conversation we have in real life, because
Literally what I was about to ask you. Go for it.
Because the comment section, like, you don't know these people, you don't know how they talk, you don't know anything about their vocal inflections, their mannerisms, where they grew up. Like, why are you arguing with a person that you're never going to see in your life?
Because they said y'all.
Oh, hell no.
Joel.
Because he called me a clown.
But why, though? Why did you take time out of your day to argue with a stranger?
Because I had to be right.
Why?
On my 6th Facebook account
Why
with
did you?
Stewie Griffin as a profile picture.
Why did you have to be right in an argument that didn't matter when you had a whole day?
Because I did it for the walls, you know?
You had a
Always for the
whole day. You took the time out of your day to argue with a stranger on the internet. Why?
You know, the more you ask him, it doesn't mean that it's going to click with him, you know?
I just need to know.
It's
Tell
because
Auntie
they're
why.
right. It's
Tell
because-
Auntie why.
Because they're right. It's because they're right, and that person on the internet is wrong, and dogs gotta bark. Oh my God, somebody on the internet has an opinion that's different than mine. Oh.
The funny thing with that too is, all right, so if you're quote unquote right, it's not because you were right. It was because there was a fact that was already out there that you just happened to be aligned with after you found out that that was the fact or whatever. So you were really taking the light in that situation and making somebody else wrong. It had nothing to do with you being right. Is that you got a chance to make everybody else wrong in that situation. So it's like, then you wonder why you get to sit in your house, you know, stroking your rightness, but you don't have any friends at that point. Because it's like you just went through that whole thing to make them wrong so you could just sit there with your right.
I'm so correct.
No, it just makes me so happy.
I'm just right
Oh.
all the time. I just know so much stuff. And they're jealous. Jealous!
You know, we literally create a potential Powerpuff Girl villain every single episode. Just like, cause we just be fucking around, just like kind of give voices to like some of these very real like personality types.
He would be called Hit Poster.
You know, I was thinking Mr. Right.
That could be his actual name.
Yeah, and then,
Like
yeah,
his actual name is like Norman Wright.
Norman Wright. Yeah, and then he's the head post. There you go. Yeah. Gendy Tartakovsky.
Let's see
Send us
how
a
the
check,
Powerpuff Girls feel about this post.
Give us a
Oh, see, they never got to do trolls like that. Man,
And he's literally he turns into like an actual troll. Like he gets electrocuted and he ends up looking like this weird green goblin looking dude. And that's what he becomes. He becomes the Green Goblin parody villain for them.
There you go. There you go. The stuff still works.
Yikes! Looks like Hit Poster's pulling another thread.
Powerpuff Girls.
Blossom! Bubbles! Buttercup! Help! They'd just be in the middle of kicking Mojo Jojo's ass, and then the phone rings,
There you
because that's what they do in their off time. Them kids are sociopaths.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta whoop that monkey in case he did something. You never know. You never know. He was at home chilling. He was thinking about doing some villain shit. Yep. So.
Gotta hit him with that Darkwing Dub. Yeah. Gee,
Okay.
dude, man. We're living in a bit of a fucky time. Would you agree?
I mean, yeah. Clown. Okay.
Yeah. All you had to do is say, yeah. Times are fucky. But
Broadly gestures at everything
I know,
on
right?
fire.
Right? Jesus.
Wait, what do you want? What do you want from me?
California, granted, once again, is by fault. Space lasers and whatnot. Look, Marjorie, get off my dick. But do go on, Chi.
And then there was something about the I hate the police. I hate the police act. That's what she calls the bill from the Democrats that says you can't kneel on nobody's neck no more. but defends that as criminals are going to be able to sue the police because their feelings were hurt.
Well, she thinks that, school shooter survivors, are, bad faith actors and whatnot. So,
Like the
crisis actor, I'm sorry.
The thing about that is you can support the police and tell them they should do their job better.
I mean,
Two things can be true at a time.
Defund does not mean
get rid of.
It means take funding that is applied in things they don't need and apply it elsewhere. And clearly, their training regiments require some rework.
I'm just saying, take a little money from the gun budget, put it into the run budget.
Maybe you don't need another armored personnel carrier. Maybe the cops need to know that kneeling on a dude's neck is not the go-to move.
Training, education, mental health screenings, background checks.
Semi-annual mental health evaluations at that. Because, come on, dude. You gonna tell me that job doesn't wear on your psyche after a while? I could imagine that it is possibly the most stressful of situations.
You don't tell me, you can't tell me these people that do these things haven't done them before.
Because they seem to be pretty proficient at it. It didn't look like they were trying to do it. It
And
looked
it
like they knew what
seems-
they were doing.
And it seems a lot like they'll go from one job to another over the same issue. But, I don't say these things normally because it doesn't feel like anybody actually pays attention to that. And it bothers me. That's what I mean by we need to preserve a bit of history because it repeats itself if you don't learn from it.
What's something that you wish people paid more attention to, Chi?
Mindfulness. Because we do these things that are very stop and go in our day-to-day lives, and we never take a moment of, do I like doing this?
Or am I just doing it to be doing it?
Am I doing this and it's not hurting me to do this? Do I do this and do I do this well? Or am I just doing it? Apply is needed.
Damn, it just hit me. Nike just said just
do it.
They didn't say do it well. Holy shit.
They ain't say do what either.
There you go. That wasn't specific at all. That was irresponsible.
Shia LaBeouf said it too, to be fair.
And if Shia said it,
You knew it had to be irresponsible.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
I think we need to wrap it up. 5 minutes, he said.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Well, it seems that it's about that time, Chi. I mean, the crewmen, I'm sure their eyes are getting heavy and they feel very well dosed in their chunk of chi they've received this eve. But anything you want to say to them in particular? What is a message that you'd like to leave them in thought with? After all, this is your day.
Drink your water, take your meds. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Age retraction is key. And so is context. It's that same thing I keep saying. And I keep saying it for a reason.
Word.
And with that, get the fuck off my ship. We'll see you next time, crewman. TTFN. Captain loves you.